Your avoidant ex is not a child. They're not powerless, and they have every right to make the same decisions in their life that you do. A lot of times in avoidant videos, if you ever look down in the comments and the comments on this channel, you'll see a lot of people comparing avoidance to toddlers, and I totally understand the frustration. I am right there with you. To you, a relationship problem could just be a relationship problem, but to the avoidant person in your life, it has the potential to overwhelm them, and they could shut you out or shut down the relationship completely. A lot of times, this is why people begin to feel like avoidants are very childlike. They don't want to deal with quote unquote adult conversations. I get it. Like I said, a few years ago, I was sitting right where you are. The problem I have is when you click on videos to try to learn more about the avoidant person in your life, and you're flooded with images that look like this. These X-back videos will show you pictures of suffering children and then talk to you about your avoidant partner, how much the avoidant person in your life is hurting on the inside because of their childhood. Well, somebody call the ambulance. My childhood wasn't all sunshine and roses, and I have a feeling if you're in this predicament in your relationships right now, you've gone through some hard times too. And that's what we kind of forget in all of this. We matter too. Maybe they had a toxic family dynamic growing up, but maybe so did you. Maybe they had an ex that traumatized them and made them afraid of love. But maybe you have also had some toxic exes. A lot of times we're not given the chance to express how we really feel because someone in our life is always trying to quiet us down. They don't want to hear it. They can't deal with it. Your feelings are ridiculous, and they walk out, stonewall you, ignore you, or break up with you completely over seemingly minor things. I mean, if avoidants are so good at shutting off their feelings, what that means is you are the one who is actually feeling and suffering through the breakup. And yet, it's all about catering to them. But if you're ready to say, my experience matters and I have needs too, then grab a bottle of nail polish and let's talk. Your avoidant ex has every choice in how they treat you. They have every opportunity, just like you do, to see a text message that you send and send a text message back. They have the power, just like you do, to sit down on a couch and invite you to come over and sit with them and work out a problem that you guys are struggling with. Avoidants are adults who are not powerless. And if they are orbiting you and breadcrumbing you, or they keep coming back for more and disappearing again, I am here to tell you it is not okay for them to use their mental health condition as an excuse to treat you like garbage. This is not the person who is hurting you. This is a 5-year-old boy. Your avoidant ex is not 5 anymore. Full disclosure, I almost didn't use the thumbnail I did with the wambulance because I thought, well, maybe that's a little bit insensitive. And then I realized, isn't that thought just so symbolic of my entire relationship history with avoidant people? I know there's a couple of avoidant people who do watch my videos, and even though I personally have not been treated very well by avoidance in my relationships in the past, it still gave me pause to think about how my actions might accidentally hurt their feelings. Well, somebody call the wambulance. All right, perhaps that was a bit insensitive. My hope is the next time you are compelled by one of these videos to think of your avoidant ex as a suffering child, your brain will fight back against these clearly manipulative images with the image of this crazy lady wielding her nail polish bottle, trying to explain to you that it is not your job to heal someone's past. It is not your job to try to take them through their childhood, push them to see a therapist, get them to read books, try to be their therapist. It is not your job to care more about their future happiness than they do. And I decided to use the thumbnail because I no longer live my life based on how it might make avoidant people feel. As I stated before, avoidants are not children. They're adults. They can reach out and change the channel. I got the inspiration for this video because I clicked on a video talking about what avoidants go through during a breakup, and the video was encouraging all of us to walk a mile in their shoes. And then that video proceeded to show me images again like this, because why? It completely exploits my empathetic side. I would pay very close attention to how much you get your information from channels that show you pictures of children. These people know you're highly sensitive. They know you know what it feels like to be in relationship pain, and you would never want someone you love to feel that way. I mean, of course you wouldn't. Not if you loved them. They're not even showing you images of someone that you could potentially love. It's a suffering child, because who wouldn't do anything in their power to help a suffering child? Way to ratchet up that savior instinct. And now you take on the responsibility of, oh my gosh, what can I do? I need to click on the next video to find out how I can be there for someone who is not there for me. They target us because avoidants don't click on relationship videos to try to improve relationships. Some do, and I think that's awesome. Anyone who actively works on trying to improve themselves in their relationships truly deserves everything they've ever wanted, because they're working hard for it. They're not running away. Children run away from scary situations, so maybe metaphorically we could talk about them as children. In fact, you can talk about anything you want on my channel, because this is a place where you're not going to be ignored. I mean, in all honesty, YouTube might hide your comment because it's YouTube, but I read all of my comments. Your avoidant ex might not want to listen to what you have to say, but that doesn't mean you don't have the right to your feelings. My avoidant ex didn't want to hear it. Oh, he would talk to me, but absolutely nothing about my feelings. And if I felt sad, I guess that was my problem. And that's why if there's ever a time that you feel like you aren't being heard, this is the place to say it. And if your ex finds out and doesn't like it, well, I guess that's their problem. It's not like they own the rights to your breakup experience. And isn't it so convenient when you're just so quiet and they don't have to look back and deal with and acknowledge what they've done to you? And you know what? That's fine. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about letting you know it's not always about them, regardless of what any ex-back channel would want you to believe. I mean, some of those channels are just trying to give you information on attachment styles, but some of those channels, boy, they know right where to get us, don't they? They know that during a breakup or a fight with that avoidant person in your life, we are zero logic and high emotion. But if you can for a moment, take the emotion out of it. Just try to step back and look at it for what it is. Your avoidant ex is not a child. They are an adult. And if you can read a book on how to improve relationships that you care about, that you would like to sustain, so can they. Let them read the book, and it'll sure save you a lot of time from feeling like you have to walk around in their shoes. We want a relationship, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you deserve a relationship with someone who understands how awesome it is to be in a relationship with someone who cares so much about them. Are you currently in a relationship with someone who's willing to walk a mile in your shoes, or are they busy lacing up their shoes and running away? Please do not try to walk a mile in the shoes of someone, an adult, who is running away from your relationship. You don't need to try on their shoes. You are meant for so much more than living your life through someone else. You don't deserve to become a shell of yourself, and people around you will notice. When I went through one of my most traumatic breakups, more than one person in my life who met me thought I was at least 15 years older than I actually was. That's how much the stress and the frustration was having a physiological and physical effect on my body. It's unattractive, and well, welcome to the other half, where we know attraction is not just about looks. We also have to take care of the inner half, because if we get ourselves mixed up with other people who do not care whether or not we are happy, then that happy, radiant, beautiful glow that we walk around with in the world will disappear. And trust me, people will notice. If you live life as an unattractive, unhappy shell of yourself, you could potentially compromise the opportunity that someone out there wants to give to you in a relationship. And I guess it's a little bit of tough love today. And you know what? If anyone out there thought the thumbnail was insensitive, all I can say is I thought it was hilarious by OPI. My name is Maria Adriana. You did not have to live my life, but I certainly hope you can learn something from it. As always, thank you for visiting. The Other Half.